Okay, so welcome along then for Slydog Racing League Tier 2 on our round 9 and 10 for Russia and Japan, sponsored by Bespoke. So should be quite an interesting race for Tier 2. We just finished Tier 1 for just Russia and Japan. Had a bit of an interesting race there with getting wet in Japan. I'm not sure if we're getting a wet race here for Tier 2 for either of the races, but will be a lot of fun to see a wet race at right here at Russia. So let's see what's going to happen. So as usual, we're getting straight into our one-shot qualifying for Russia, then get started with the race just after that. And as usual, it's going to be a reverse grid for a start for the top 10 results coming out of Russia. So start Japan. So let's just wait on the guys to see like their car setups, and then we should get started with our qualifying. Alright, we got ZGS already out of qualifying here. Probably crashed it up somewhere on track. Following along, let's see who's going to be starting on pole for this race. That's Wilmar out. This might be between a few of the drivers on top. Let's see, we're on with bring F1. Let's see what kind of time he's going to be bringing in. This is going to be switching around just a bit. Alright, so far it does seem like Philo is going to be starting on pole here. I'm just going to wait until we have our final results. Quite a few disqualifications from the qualifying round. Alright, so we got Philo starting on pole. We got Joe BCR starting second. Bring F1 in third. Monster in fourth. We got Garfield fifth. Joseph is sixth. We got Osborne seventh. I got Mushroom in eighth. Liam in ninth. Wilmore 10th. And ZGS in 11th. So 11 drivers starting the race. Should be quite interesting, even though with a smaller grid. But let's see how well our race start is going to go here at Russia. Alright guys, here we go, the start of the Russian GP, and they're off. Let's switch it on to position changes so we can see what's happening on track. Philo still leads. We got Joke still in second. Bring still running in P3 at the moment. Osborne gained a few positions there. Monsters lost some positions. Oh, everyone getting a little bit wide through that turn. Let's switch that off for now. A smaller grid, so we should have a bit more focus on all the cars currently running. Everyone out in front seems to be going so far. We have a VSC for some sort of incident happening on track, maybe somewhere down at the back. I'm not sure what's happened as yet. Oh, I got a McLaren getting his entire front ring ripped to shreds. Garfield with a 5-second penalty for collision with Wilmar right now. I think that's probably how he lost his... Oh, that's not good. He went into the back of his teammate's car there, losing that front ring. So not sure what caused that incident. That might have been what caused our safety car. Sorry, our VSC. We're over that right now. Getting back to racing. I got Joe BCR just under a quarter of a second behind Philo, chasing him down for the lead of the race. And I got Mushroom trying to get past Bring F1 here as well. He seems to have gotten that done. Let's see if he actually is going to hold it going through. And he does do it. So Mushroom up into P3. Bring F1 down into P4 now. Monster getting past Bring F1 as well. Bring F1 is losing quite a lot of positions. Trying to get it. Oh, he's going to the pits. Might have some. Oh, he does have some damage actually. Philo with the fastest lap so far. Switching back to Joe BCR, just under a second behind. Philo chasing him down. See what's happening down in the back here. So you got Garfield going into the pits, so he's exiting the pits right now. Okay, so we got Joseph in 8. He's running about 3.2 seconds behind Liam. He's going to have to try and catch up as much as he can to gain some more points in this race if he does want it. Here we got 3 cars in the pits. See what's happening out front right now. Not too much of a gap to worry about. I still got under half a second, I think is about for Joe BCR and Philo. They're still going to be chasing each other around for most of this race, I assume here, because I don't think Philo is going to give up the lead of the race that easily here. Trying to use as much of the overtake as he can. Hopefully his straight line speed will be able to help him to catch up to Philo right now. Of course, Philo having a good lap as well. Oh, and that was Joe BCR with a purple sector 2, I think that was. Mushroom seems to be losing a bit of time off of Joe BCR's car at the moment. He's going to have to try and catch up as much as he can. He's over a second though, so he's going to be out of that DRS range when we do get past lap 3 here. So great battle going on for the lead of the race. Joe BCR seems to be driving a better lap than Philo at the moment. Actually quite close together, so I think it's going to be pretty close between the two of them for the win here. Oh, Liam just took away fastest lap there now. He's going to be running in 7th, gaining time off of Joseph's car. He's trying to catch up to ZGS in 6th. On board with Joe BCR right now. He is getting very close to Philo, having good go as these turns, but he's not getting under a quarter of a second to try and get a gap going here to get past and get the lead of the race, which is, I don't think Philo is going to make it that easy for him either. He is getting back on that throttle pretty quickly, so definitely trying very hard right now to catch up to Philo's car. I think this is our closest gap we have at the moment, just under half a second. That's Bring F1 with a penalty there. Now 3 seconds is going to be added to his time at the end of the race. He's currently running in 9th, Wilmar in 10th, Garfield in 11th. I think it's Wilmar and Garfield. They're both the McLarens. They had a bit of an incident at the start of this race, I think, is what happened there, and is what caused our VSC. Running on lap 3 right now. We should have DRS coming into play here very soon. Still runner under a second is Joe BCR behind Philo. So Mercedes having a lot of problems catching up to the Haas driver here. He does seem to be getting pretty close going into the turns, but I think Philo is getting a bit of a better exit off of these turns right now. Gotta say though, Joe BCR is doing an excellent job of driving here because he is keeping that gap under half a second, which means he's going to be getting DRS in the DRS zones right now. We're going to have a look to see if that's actually going to help him to catch up to Joe BCR. Sorry, to Philo there. He does have a bit of overtake to use, so with the DRS he might be able to do it, get a bit closer and possibly get a gap going. Let's see, he does have a DRS active, not using his overtake as yet, probably keeping it for a better occasion. Make sure he has a good go at Philo here. That DRS definitely did seem to help him get closer to Philo's car, so hopefully he is able to utilize that and actually get a gap and get past. Liam seems to be gaining time off of Joseph now, getting closer and closer to ZGS, trying to get over to P6. Osborne running 5th, Monster in 4th. Mushroom still in 3rd, running 1.1 seconds behind Joe BCR. He's not able to close the gap under a second to get DRS, which would definitely help him out on this occasion here. Got ZGS now into the pits. I think these two are going to be at it all race. This might actually just take a break when we do go to the pit stops here. I'm not sure between Philo and Joe BCR who's going to go into the pits first here. I think they're going to be watching on each other to see what's happening. So maybe an overcut, maybe an undercut. We're not sure as yet. Oh, as Mushroom goes a bit wide. He is losing time though, as Monster is behind him. He doesn't want to lose a lot of time to that racing point because he does have a 3-second penalty there, which is going to affect him now. And Monster is only about 2 seconds behind, so losing out a podium place because a penalty is not something you want to have happen in a race. So that's Monster still chasing down him. Osborne is about 5.3 seconds behind that battle happening there. Then we got his teammate Liam just behind him, 1.8 seconds. So let's see who's going to be the faster AlphaTauri driver here. And we got Joseph in his Renault running in 7th. He has a lot of time to catch up right now to Liam, who seems to be gaining time off of him at the moment. I'm not sure if he needs to be worried about ZGS at the moment, who just took a pit stop. But of course, when he does make his pit stop, he's going to have to worry about that. Because ZGS is now coming back out on mediums, going to the end of the race on those. And he's currently running 8th. Got Bring F1 running 9th. Wilmar and Garfield just behind there. And we got Monster getting into the pits. He's going on to mediums as well. And going to the end of the race on that. So let's see where Monster is going to come out. He might be coming out behind Joseph here. We're not sure as yet. Let's see if Joseph can get past him on the pit stop here. Of course, Joseph still will have to pit. No, he is coming out behind the racing point. So he's under a second behind, which means he might be able to get DRS going through the detection point. We still have under a second. That gap is between Philo and Joe BCR out front. Oh, making a bit of a mistake there. That's what's happening with ZGS here. Chasing down Bring F1. He's under a second, the gap he has. Of course, the catch up to Bring F1 and get past is not going to be as easy as we would expect, because Bring F1 is driving pretty well out front there in 8th. Liam with a 3-second penalty there. Joseph is now losing some time to Monster, who is now on fresher tires. His tires are pretty going to be a little bit worn actually, running on 5-lap all softs right now. He's going to have to think about making his pit stop here pretty soon, as he's one of the back markers that hasn't pitted as yet, or one of the midfield, I would say, that who hasn't pitted as yet. We got Philo, Joe BCR, and Mushroom. All three of them are into the pits at the same time, which means they should be coming out in front of each other unless somebody is serving a penalty. We got Osborne now leading the race, his teammate Liam in 2nd. So the AlphaTauri now leads the race. Both AlphaTauris need to pit yet in this race, though. They're currently running on 6-lap all soft tires, so they're going to have to take a mandatory pit stop as ZGS makes a bit of a mistake. They're going wide on the exit of that turn. Let's see what's happening up front. We got Liam just half a second behind his teammate now. So it might be a little bit of a rivalry between AlphaTauri drivers. We're not sure as yet, or if they're actually communicating with each other here to make sure that they don't ruin each other's race. Because Liam is catching up to Osborne here right now. Not sure between the two of them who is going to be pitting first. Of course, they can't double stack. These cars are too close together, so they're going to have to pit one lap after each other here. So hopefully they don't both decide to go into the pit lane at the same time, which is definitely going to cost someone, whoever is in second, a bit of time here. Oh, and Liam goes past his teammate, trying to go past. Osborne takes it back. Liam takes it back again, getting the inside line on that turn. And I think he might hold it into P1 for now. So Liam takes away the lead of the race from his teammate. We got a yellow flag in sectors 2 and 3. Someone probably went off a little bit there. And we got someone is in the pits. I think that might be Liam. Yep, Liam has gotten into the pits. And let's see if his teammate is going to come around in front of him. Well, currently in front of him for now, but I want to see what happens when Liam exits that pit. If his teammate is going to still be passing when he does go into the pits as well. CGS with another 3-second penalty. Joseph in the pits as well. Let's see where he comes out. Got Joe BCR trying to keep the gap under a second between himself and Filo right now. Running on lap 8 of 13 for this race. So a pretty short race for 25%. It's going to be ending pretty shortly here. About another 5-6 laps to go for racing. Got Garfield in the pits there as well. And Joseph, are they double stacking? Oh no, they're not. I think Wilmore and Garfield are teammates. I thought it was the other way around for a second there. Alright, so Joseph is out in front of Garfield. Philo with a 3-second penalty. Not going too well. He might be under a bit of pressure running here. So he's currently running in second now. Joe BCR behind him in third. And Mushroom in fourth behind them. So when Osborne pits, they're going to be taking back the lead of the race again. And continuing their battle as they are right now actually. Yeah, Joe BCR getting very close to Philo. Garfield another 3-second penalty. And we have Osborne in the pits. Let's see if he's going to come back in front of his teammate here or not. As his teammate is in sector 3 coming around. Has about 3 more corners to take before getting onto that pit straight. 2 more corners here to go now. And his teammate is coming around the pit lane straight. Let's see what's going to happen here. And it seems like he will be going by, which he does. So Liam goes ahead into 5th. Osborne goes down to 7th now, exiting the pit lane because Bring F1 is between the two of them. He might be fighting Bring F1, hopefully. Oh, and they had a bit of contact there. I think they had a bit of minor contact there because Bring F1 has spun around. Osborne continues. I'm not sure if they actually had any contact or not. It was just a little bit too close to racing. So Liam now in 5th. So Philo leads again. Since Osborne pitted. Mushroom now in 2nd. Joe BCR now down to 4th. Not sure what happened out in front, but Philo leads. Mushroom in 2nd. Monster 3rd. Joe BCR is 4th. Liam now running in 5th. We got Monster just less than half a second behind Mushroom, chasing him down. Racing Point doing pretty well here. Mushroom is going to have to be a little bit worried about Monster's car coming behind him right now. I got Liam and Joe BCR, I think, fighting it out here. Joe BCR has gotten past Liam now. He's now up into P4. Liam now down into P5. His teammate behind in P6. And CGS in P7. Bring up on running P8. Now Wilmar now running 9. Joseph now in 10th. And Garfield down in 11th. Alright, so Liam's going to be using his overtake. Whatever he has left, and DRS trying to get past Joe BCR. He is going side by side with him. Let's see who comes out on top of this one. Does seem like Liam has a better straight line speed to take it and goes back up into P4. Joe BCR goes back down to P5 now. Osborne behind him in P6. So Joe BCR still chasing down Liam at the moment. Still trying to get back that P4 there. Just about 3.5 laps left here. Still got Monster chasing down Mushroom as well, staying on board with his car at the moment to see how close he's going to get the Mushroom here. That gap is getting pretty closer here. We got to bring up one, probably trying to get past here. He's gotten ahead of ZGS. Got that gap going. Mushroom with a 3-second penalty there. I think he's coming under pressure from the racing point now. Monster is going to have to push a bit harder to push him into making a mistake so he can get up into P2. And Feeler running just over a second in front of them out in P1. So he's probably watching this rear view as this is unfolding down behind. Gap seems to be going a little bit more. Also, I got Joke BCR still chasing down Liam's car there. That gap seems to be increasing a bit more there now, as Mushroom is under some severe pressure against Liam here. Mushroom is against some pressure from a Monster here, right? And they're going side by side. This is a bit of a fast corner, and Monster has the DRS because he was behind at first, so he's going to have a better way of getting away from Mushroom now. Mushroom now down into P3. Monster takes away P2. They're still fighting at it though. Oh, we might have a bit of contact happening there. So Mushroom still down into P3. Half a second behind Monster now, who's trying now to catch up to Philo. Of course, just about 2.5 laps left here, as we're about to head into lap 12. So we'll be about 2 laps remaining now. Not a lot of time to get an overtake done, but it is possible if he can actually gain the time very quickly. That is in about half a lap. Still got Mushroom using DRS, trying to go on the outside of Monster right now. Might have went a little bit wide there. Got a penalty. No, Monster got a penalty for that move there. They're still fighting at it. Monster currently holding it. Mushroom trying to take it back. Mushroom comes out of that on top in P2. Still got Monster in P3 just behind him though. This battle is not ending anytime soon. I think this is going to be dependent on the penalties here. Oh, and Liam takes a 3-second penalty running in P4. Joe BCR behind him. So I think quite a few positions are going to change when we get to the results at the end of this race. Philo trying to lead comfortably out front, 4.2 seconds, as these two behind him are fighting for positions right now. On board with Monster right now, just watching as he chases down he's using his DRS again. Let's see if Monster is going to get side by side with Mushroom on this lap as well. And this is the final lap of the race as they go side by side. Let's see who comes out on top, as Monster has the inside line going into that turn. Oh, they have a bit of contact. I think that was a part of the front wing off of the Alfa Romeo of Mushroom's car. He's still going to be pushing it, going wide around that turn. Let's see if he gets the inside. Might be bracing Monster on this turn here. They're both still going wheel to wheel at it, so I have no idea who's in front of Nat here. Mushroom's currently in front going. final lap of the Russian Grand Prix here for Tier 2. Having an exciting battle. Oh, a bit of a tap from Monster to Mushroom's car, letting him know he's here. Wants that position back. I think this is definitely going to be coming down to penalties. Mushroom gets a 3-second penalty there. Oh, and he's going to go back for it again. Let's see who gets it out this time. It's a great battle happening between P2 and P3 right now. As we have Philo is about to go across the line there now. That's Philo taking pole position. Let's see who gets second here. And who's going to get third between the two of them. Oh, Mushroom goes wide. Monster takes second. Mushroom takes third. Liam is coming across for fourth. Oh, takes away position from Mushroom. Liam up into P3. Mushroom P4. Joe BCR is P5. Osborne P6. We got Bring of One coming for P7. Gets that. Let's see. ZGS is coming around for P8. Oh, takes away P7. Bring up one. Oh, quite a few percent changes. So ZGS takes 7. Wilmore takes 8. Bring up one takes 9. Joseph should be coming around for 10th as Garfield has already crossed the line in 11th. And that's the end for Russia here, guys. We'll be starting the Japanese Grand Prix just after this one. We're not ending the stream. We'll be on the same stream. So just about 3-4 minutes, the guys are going to set up the grid and we will be getting started with that race. And looks like Joseph is going to be starting on pole for that one. Driver of the day goes to Liam. Can't say he doesn't deserve that one. Did drive a good race there. Alright, so there we go. Haas wins it. And let's see if our final results, how they are. Oh, and Liam takes the fastest lap as well, so good job on him. So Philo takes P1, Monster takes P2, Liam takes P3, Mushroom 4, Joe BCR 5th, Osborne 6, DGS 7th, Wilmore 8, Bring F1 9th, Joseph takes 10th, and Garfield 11th. So for the start of the Japanese Grand Prix, it's going to be Garfield starting in 11th. Then we're going to have Joseph starting on pole. He's starting first. Bring F1 starting in second. Wilmore starting third. ZGS starting fourth. Osborne starting 5th, Joe BCR starting 7th, that's me 8th, 9th, I think I mixed that up a little, my bad. I was looking at something else while just calling that out, but you get the idea. It's going to be reverse grid for top 10. Bring up 4 penalties, Mushroom 5 penalties, a bit more and probably would have a disqualification for that. Alright guys, so just a few minutes as the guys get the grid set up and then we'll get going again. Alright, so welcome again for second race for Tier 2 here at Japan. The guys are just getting their race strategy set in and we should be getting started. Alright, there we go. Lights are about to go out. As usual, we're going to switch it to position change so we can see what's happening at the start. Joseph still leads, bringing up fun, challenging him for it, getting ahead into turn 1. And McLaren as well of Wilmar gets ahead. Joseph down into P3. Oh, a bit of contact between Joseph and Wilmar there. I don't think that was intentional. Bring up front still leads. Joseph back into P2 now. Wilmar trying to go the long way around outside. Joseph outbreaks him. Gets back P2. Wilmar still holding P3 at the moment. So bringing front, trying to build a gap out front right now. Of course, Joseph is trying. Oh, a bit of a tap from McLaren behind. Joseph loses a little bit, still holding P2 though. And Wilmar still holding on to P3, or ZGS coming behind him, and Mushroom as well. Mushroom getting very close to ZGS right now, trying to look for a gap to go on here. Not too interested in doing it. Doesn't want to risk losing his position right now, as he has Liam on his tail chasing him down at the moment. And we have a safety car. Something has happened. Not even sure what that is at the moment. Something might have happened down at the back of the back. Let's have a look. So Oswald is missing for a large portion of his front wing. Monster is missing portion of his front wing. So something definitely happened down at the back here. So quite a few pit stops happen. Actually, a number of pit stops happening here, which pushes Garfield all the way up into P4 now. Joseph now leads the race since he didn't take a pit stop there. We got ZGS now in second. Liam running third. Garfield now running fourth. Bringing Fun now in fifth after his pit stop. Wilmar out in sixth. And let's see how the rest comes out. Joe BCR coming out in seventh. I think it's going to be Philo coming out in 8th. Mushroom in 9th. Monster should be out in 10th. And Osborne should be out in 11th. And that's how it's going to be for the moment, as everyone is switching on the tires, which means they're probably going to go to the end of the race on the tires that they switch on to, which is mostly mediums, and 2 of them went on to hards. Of course, our top 4 drivers, Joseph, ZGS, Liam, Garfield, and Bring Up Fun are yet... Oh no, Bring Up Fun did do a pit stop there. He's pitted as well. So just after Garfield is going to have to pit. Liam running on mediums right now. He might not need to take a pit stop right away. He probably can do it a little later in the race, because on that tire, his only option might be actually go on to the hards to go to the end from this point if he does want to pit, which I don't think he will right now. So we got Joseph, Joseph, ZGS, and Garfield on the softs. They're probably going to be taking about when they're going to be making their pit stop, which is not going to be anytime soon right now, because they're currently leading the race. They're not going to want to make a pit stop right away. So Joseph leads, ZGS in second. We should be getting back to racing going into lap 4 hopefully here. Or maybe even into lap, I don't think we're going to go into lap 3 maybe, because we do have to wait for whatever debris is on track to be cleared. Bring Up Fun getting ahead of Wilmar there. Not sure what's happening with the 2 of them. Someone might be getting off track just a bit. For some reason the 2 of them seem to be switching positions. Not sure if there was an illegal overtake that happened. Not sure if it's going to rain or not. It does seem a bit cloudy. Brake duck. So we're still on our safety car into lap 3 right now. We're going to hopefully, we're coming to the end of the safety car at the end of this lap. Still wondering if we're going to get any rain in this race here again. Oh, and Philo with a 5-second penalty there. Not gonna end too well with him on this race on that. Everyone is just definitely trying to stay as close as possible to the car in front of him. Of course, we've seen in previous races that we do tend to have, as we just saw about him, bringing up on 5-second penalty for severe collision with someone else. Quite a few collisions happening under the safety car right now, which is what happens when we do try to drive very close to someone. I'll be honest, I'm just trying to look at the screen to see if there is any drizzle forming anywhere on track right now. We should be getting back to racing at the end of lap 3 here, because we did have the safety car at the end of lap 1. So, oh, another penalty for severe collision with Monster from Trophy CR now. And then we have a safety car is going to be in on this lap, so we should be getting back to racing at the end of lap 3, going to lap 4, which leaves us just about 9 laps of racing here at Japan. Alright guys, and we're back racing. Let's see if Joseph can keep the lead of this race as he's trying to jet away. We got ZGS chasing him down. Going into turn 1, I got Liam trying to catch ZGS, but not getting it at the moment. Seems to be a bit of smoke coming off the back of his car. Hopefully that car is actually okay. I think that's just normal actually. See what's happening with our midfield right now. All seems to be a bit spaced out as ZGS is catching up to Joseph now, with Liam just behind him as well. So Joseph under a lot of pressure here to keep the lead of this race going through. Of this time, a few guys do have to pit. We got Mushroom out of the race. Garfield is out of the race. I'm not sure what's happened to their cars. Oh, and Liam takes P2 now. Joseph still in P1. ZGS now down to P3. Philo in P4 now. Not sure what happened with Garfield and Mushroom there. There might have been an incident down the back. Of course, our cars, I think, were off track, so we're not having any VSCs or safety car for that incident. Joseph definitely trying to keep the lead of this race right now, as Liam is trying to go alongside him, going by side, getting past. Has a better straight line speed. Joseph trying to get it back here though. Getting a very good exit off of that turn. Let's see if he can get him going in. Oh, does try to outbrake him, and he might have outbraked himself a little too much than he would expect. It has to take that off part of the track getting off there. That's now down into P4 for him. He was a little bit late on the braking for that one there. Not sure if that was intentional or not. Alright, so we got Liam now leading. We got ZGS now in second. Joe PCR in third. Joseph running in fourth now. Osborne behind him in fifth. Philo 6. Willamar 7. Bring up 1 8. Monster in 9. Garfield and Mushroom out of the race. As that Ferrari just went a little bit wide for ZGS there. ZGS under a lot of pressure from Joe PCR right now though, as he's getting very close to the rear of that Ferrari. Might be trying to get past here pretty soon. Japan not on always an easy track to overtake on for a few of the corners, especially in sector 1. Of course sectors 2 and 3 a little more easier to... Oh, and that's ZGS losing the rear end of his car, going into the water. Not sure how much damage he has off of that. Puts Joe BCR up into P2. Joseph moves back up into P3 right now, with Philo behind him under a second in P4. So Joseph back up into the podium at the moment. He's going to have to try and keep it there. Of course, he still has to do that pit stop there. Got Philo just running under half a second behind him right now, chasing him down. On mediums, with slower tire. Of course, Joseph's tire is not that old as yet, so he should still have a significant amount of grip on those tires. Philo using as much overtake as he can. to try and get as close as he can to Joseph. Let's see if he's going to get him going into turn 1. As we said, the sector 1 is a bit difficult to actually overtake in with these few chaining corners, so they're going to want to be a bit careful about this. Bring up fun with the fastest lap at 1:30.2. Philo trying to get alongside Joseph here right now. Of course, this is not an easy corner to have a gap to go on. You might have to wait out to actually get into sector 2 to try this, so he might outbreak him into this turn, which I think is what he's trying to do. Of course, not a gap to go on here. Neither the outside or the inside was open for him. He's now going to try and get a better exit and go alongside Joseph to get away to find the podium position here. If he can do it, let's have a look now. A very long straight coming up with a DRS section. Going alongside now and going past. That's Joseph down into P4. That's Philo up into P3 now. Oh, almost outbreaking himself there again. That would not have ended too well for him there. I got Liam getting very close out front to Joe BCR, who's currently running P1 in the race. I don't think either of them are going to be pitting again, so let's see what's going to happen. Joe BCR on fresher tires than Liam right now. Liam trying to catch up. Gap is on our second, but that's not close enough to give him a gap to go on to get an overtake done here. Got Philo still running P3 at the moment. We got Osborne getting past Wilmar's car, who is disconnected right now. And Wilmore has joined the session again, so he should be getting back on his car pretty shortly here. And let's see if he's going to have a go at Osborne as soon as he gets connected back to his car. Gap is now over a second between them. I got Monster getting past Bring F1. He's up into P7 now. Bring F1 down into P8. Joe BCR leading the race, trying to get away from Liam right now. Fastest lap he's just got 129.9. And we got Joseph into the pits now. Let's see where he's going to come out. Already on lap 8 at the moment. So just about 5 laps of racing left here. Joseph heading out of the pits right now. I think he's going to be in front of Monster here, who's currently coming behind him as he gets out. So he's going to be in 6th. Let's see if Monster is going to be able to get past Joseph now. Oh, Osborne is out of the race. What's happened to him? There is his car on the corner of the track. Not sure what happened to Osborne there. Might have been fighting it with someone. So there's a safety car for that incident. So there's going to be no overtaking right now. So it's going to come down to maybe just about 2 to 3 laps of Bring F1 a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So that's 3 drivers out of the race. 8 drivers remain now. And we're going to be finishing the lap with just about 3 laps of racing to go. As we're going to be following the safety car for another 3 laps or so. Maybe 2 to 3 laps racing. I'm not even sure as yet, but we're going to see how fast you can clear that car off the track. I think it was on the corner, but still. A bit of a dangerous section if another car goes in there. And that is Liam into the pits. Joe BCR into the pits. Philo into the pits. And let's see if Wilmar is coming around to go into the pits here as well. He's still disconnected here though. Going on to Joseph's car. He's being chased by Monster right now. And he is going to be staying out because he just already did a pit stop. So Monster now on lap 6. Sorry, in 6 on 4 laps, so mediums running behind Joseph. Can't overtake us yet. Joseph is now up into 5th. Let's see what's happening out front right now. Bring F1 is going into the pits. So we're now under safety car, following the safety car directly, and hopefully we don't have any more severe collisions and penalties be coming out just for that. Wilmar's car running in P3 right now, but of course it's been disconnected for a little bit of the race now. Feeler running in 4th, Joseph now in 5th, Monster now in 6th, Bring F1 in 7th, and ZGS in 8th. I think a few cars down in the back are trying to catch up right now. I think that's Bring F1 and ZGS might be trying to catch up to the pack right now. They should have more than enough time to actually get this done before we do get back racing. So it's going to be a rolling start back to the race and hopefully a good end. Oh, and Joseph getting a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Monster's car. Not sure what's happening with the severe collisions here, if they're glitching out a bit, guys, or if I know it's actually happening, but it is quite easy to hit the car in front of you or have the car behind you hit your car, and either of you are getting blamed for that penalty. As you can see, quite a lot of heat coming off the back of these cars, as those engines are producing quite an amount of heat there, being worked this hard. So just a few laps more racing to go. They're going to want to be a bit careful about warming the tires on track, not to swerve too much or weave around too much, lose traction and end up in a wall here, especially guys running out front. It's actually so easy to do that. Guys are running at 40% less speed. The car's tire will actually lose a lot of temperature, which reduced temperature actually means that you're going to have less grip. So not easy to drive under a safety car. This is why drivers tend to hate having a safety car on track, especially when they're out front leading. They do want to get back racing. It does sometimes benefit some of these drivers though to Joe BCR is going to want to be careful not to get too close to that safety car. They don't want to be hitting that and then getting a penalty as well, because the worst thing about it is the penalty, and then you're going to break your front wing, have to go in and change, end up at the back of the pack. ZGS now in the pits. He's chasing the faster tires right now, probably trying to get fastest lap of the race. Hopefully we're coming to the end of the safety car on this lap. If it's not on lap 10, it probably is going to be on lap 11, which I think it should be on this lap here. I think everything's been cleared off the track. It should be safe enough to go back racing, so we're just going to wait on that right now. Got Liam swerving a little bit off the track, trying to warm his tires. He might want to avoid getting dirt on those tires. They might lose a little more grip than he expects. This long back straight is one section of track drivers would much prefer to drive faster, because that safety car is not going to go too fast. As we're on board with Joe BCR right now, having a look at what's happening. And safety car is going to be in on this lap, so we should be getting back to racing. Joe BCR is going to hold back the pack of drivers for just a little bit as the safety car veers off into the distance and goes into the pits, so we can safely get back to racing. As we're going to switch to our overhead camera now to have a look, as Liam getting very close there. I think someone just changed the position. That might be an illegal overtake if that was done there, because you can't go back racing unless you get across the line, which is, here we go, back to racing now. Joe BCR, Liam trying to get alongside him. Oh, a bit of minor contact there, and that's the Mercedes off for a little bit there now, trying to get back on track right now. I think that's Monster losing part of his front wing, getting a 5-second penalty there as well. He did lose part of his front wing. Joseph into P3 right now. Doesn't seem to have any damage to his car. Running pretty well throughout that mayhem that just happened. Monster is out of the race. 7 drivers remain now. Philo leads in P1. We got Liam in second place, 1.7 seconds behind. Under a second behind Liam now is Joseph running in P3 on the podium. If he can actually finish here, this will be a pretty good finish for him. Bring up on running P4. It's about 2. Oh! Not even sure what happened to his car there. He might have just lost traction. Ended up in the wall now all the way at the back of the pack. He has a damaged front wing. That's going to cost him the race there now. He was to finish on the podium there. We got Wilmar's car still disconnected behind Joe BCR's car, who is now disconnected as well. So I guess the top 4 drivers are the ones not disconnected at the moment. So we got Philo running in first, Liam in second, got Bring F1 in third, and ZGS in fourth. I think everyone else might just be disconnected here. And Joe BCR's car is going to the pits, and we got Joseph coming down in 7th at the back. I think he has to go into the pits here as well because he has a severely damaged front wing. As we're going to follow along with ZGS now as he chases down. So Joseph has retired in the pits. He's out of this race. 6 drivers now remain. ZGS is chasing down Bring F1. And Bring F1 is getting under a second behind Liam right now. Trying to chase him down for a P2. Getting a purple sector 3, no, sector 1, sorry. So not too good of a race for our second race with Tier 2 here, with half of the drivers now being out of the race. 6 drivers remain. I think there's 4 drivers left connected to the session. You got Bring F1 getting very close now to Liam. He might be trying to get that P2 away. Let's see. He doesn't have any overtake left to use. Neither any DRS at the moment because we just got back racing. And we're about to head into the final lap of the race. Oh, cutting the corner. Getting a penalty for that, and he's going into the pits. He might have some damage, or I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. Or I think he might be serving a drive-through penalty here. Yep, it does seem that Bring F1 is serving a drive-through penalty, getting back out of the pits there right now. Oh, Wilmar's car is, well, he's on and off, disconnected and connected here. Not sure what's happening with him. Joe BCR's car is still disconnected. Running out front, and Bring F1 has retired his car. So he's retired his car in the pits there, I think. We have waved yellows in about 2 sectors here, I think, right now. So that's just 6 drivers finishing now. Maybe 3 just connected. And we're back green and back to racing. We're going to follow Philo. We got Liam and we got ZGS running in P3. You got Wilmar disconnected here. So we're going to follow Philo as he finishes the final lap of the Japanese Grand Prix here for Slydog Racing League Tier 2. He should be coming around the final turn now and goes across the line for P1. That's Philo winning the Japanese Grand Prix there. And let's follow along with Liam now coming across for P2. And he does take it. And I think ZGS gets P3. And driver of the day goes to Philo. Alright, even wins the race, so good job on him for getting that done. So that's Philo into P1, Liam takes P2, ZGS P3, Wilmar P4, Joe BCR P5, Bring F1 P6, Joseph 7, Monster 8, Osborne 9, Garfield 10, and Mushroom 11. Fastest lap went to Joby's Year's car. And that is it for the Japanese Grand Prix here for Tier 2 Slydog Racing League, sponsored by Grace Bespoke. Thank you guys for joining us for both of the streams today. Look forward to seeing you guys again next week. We do have another stream tomorrow. It's going to be Formula 2 tomorrow. So it's a different group of cars, different group of drivers. Should be a lot of fun to watch.